y'all. I'm Lacey.
I'm Ethan.
And we are Traveling Tarot. We are doing moon messages for the full moon in Leo, which is happening right now. I actually went ahead and already did the channeled messages for today. I know I usually do it on camera.
This is take 3.
Yeah, this is take 3. I feel like Leo is really coming in hot with this energy of just wanting to be not just perfect, but just overall right on track. Passionate.
We want to be the best entertainers.
Yeah. We want it to be the best, and we usually just do these live, uncut, unedited every single time.
Single takes.
We're doing that again right now just to make up for last time. So we already did channel messages. Ethan's just on us. I'm going to play in a little bit too, and we're just going to discuss what the full moon in Leo is bringing about when it comes to astrological terms. I don't think I said that right, but...
You got all the letters.
So let's go ahead and Ethan's going to dive in now to that. And then we'll go over the channel messages and dive into tarot.
So you could be feeling really great right now. Today could be one of your happiest days so far. Every planet is direct right now. We're out of the we're out of the retrograde season. So
we're out of the shadow.
Yep, Mercury, Venus, Neptune, Uranus, a bunch of planets were retrograde this past winter and fall. Everything's direct now. Venus is conjunct Mars, so we're expressing love more freely, and the moon is full in Leo, so we're feeling really great and positive, especially if we're following through with intentions we set 2 weeks ago on the new moon in Aquarius, where we were given an opportunity to think outside the box, to express ourselves more eccentrically and authentically. So if we've been doing that for the past 2 weeks and, celebrating our small victories and finding joy in the everyday and, seeking adventure and ways to better ourselves, to better humanity as a whole, then we'll be feeling really great right now. If we've been hitting walls or if we've been feeling unable to express ourselves, we might be feeling guilty or restricted right now, where we haven't put in the effort to live more authentically. We might feel this push from this full moon in Leo to really stay true to ourselves and to live in our truth and our authenticity, whatever that means for you in the moment, every moment.
Yeah.
So I hope you've all had the, felt the abundance of Leo's moon energy in your life, and I hope you all had a great 2 days.
I hope that, the light that's illuminating Leo right now, the Leo moon, I really hope that is touching each and every one of you that's been going through this dark shadow period. I know we touched a little bit about that on our last couple videos. It's just been pretty heavy collectively. Lots of digging deep, lots of really trying to find who we want to be in this world. And that
is a
takes,
constant...
that
takes
confrontation
thing.
with yourself. Like you got to look in that mirror every day and be like, I want more. I deserve better. I want this to change. And, to decide those things, you really have to take a hard look at yourself. And a lot of us really did. Some of you are still a little stuck there. We'll go into that. But right away, just the energy that I overall received as for what the Leo full moon is going to bring to us is y'all are ready to just go all out. Whether that means putting a drop in the ripple effect or being the ripple effect. It's explosive. Like, you guys are really on edge of just wanting to be you and wanting to pursue what you love, and you're kind of not letting anything stand in your way between that anymore.
Yep.
That's the big shift that's happening here, okay?
Yep. Our wants are being highlighted right now. Also, our darkness is being highlighted right now. Pluto is playing a big role in the United States right now. Pluto return is coming up on February 22nd, so...
2222022.
Yep. So 2222222 is going to be the official Pluto return for the United States. So we're, as a nation, facing our darkest insecurities, social unrest, all this stuff has been brewing and making itself known, our ugly face is showing itself because it's time for a period of transformation. So there is a heavy collective transformation energy right now, but to progress as a collective nation or, as a community, we have to reflect on ourselves because the only way we can progress as a community is if we ourselves progress individually too. The Leo full moon's helping with this to help express ourselves and be authentic, because if we're all supporting each other's weaknesses by using our strengths that have been highlighted, we can raise the consciousness and improve society, as opposed to using our strengths to exploit others' weaknesses. We can use our strengths to lift up.
So overall, it's a very healing energy, whether that's for you or the collective, but you have to think of it this way, where every little thing that you break, all those cycles, all of that, past
the negative thinking,
trauma, negative thoughts, thought patterns, you're breaking. When you break all of those, for yourself, you help raise that vibration in the collective for others to see and do and feel. And a lot of us forget that we are connected to everyone, and that's why we're here.
Yes.
We're not here just to make our lives better. We're here to help make everybody's lives better. And I think that's a really big part of our mission in general is, we're guiding you, yes, but I don't consider it guidance. I like to take it as we're teaching you how to use your own intuition based on shadow work, which is, that inner working, your inner journey, so you can excel on your outer journey here.
Yep.
So,
and Mercury's also in Aquarius, the sun's in Aquarius, so there's a lot of humanitarian goals right now, especially because Mercury's a quick planet.
Being in service is exactly
planet,
where you need to be.
Being in service for humanity, using your own gifts and talents. You're going to have a lot of
and not being fearful of them.
Right, because you're going to have a lot of realizations coming up that will be healing. You're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to have a lot of aha moments about your own self-journey and your self-progression. And that's because Mercury's in Aquarius. Everything's getting a boost right now to better humanity. All the planets are direct. There's nothing in retrograde. You just have to trust the process and trust yourself and realize that this is all for the betterment of humanity. You just have to go with the flow and put in the work on yourself.
It doesn't matter, they're showing me, it doesn't matter if you're here in your journey, or here in your journey. As long as you're healing, you're going to get here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. As long as you're healing, you are going to use that to just power through.
Right. Life is not a race.
It's going to bring you.
Life is not a race. It's not a battle. We're not trying to win life. The end of your life is not, some great victory that we're trying to get to. It's all about experiencing the journey collectively. And, I was going to get into life and death stuff, but we don't have to. So anyways.
That will be for other videos another time. Because I don't feel like we're going through a death. I didn't really feel the death card going to be coming out.
Right.
If it does, I feel like it's going to be more of a reversal, because it's more of a death to your past ways.
Yes.
It's much more of, the life you're living right now might drastically change in the next 2 years.
But that's for the betterment of humanity. You have to understand that, we as a collective are growing into the age of Aquarius, and everyone needs to be on board. And that's really hard for, the whole world to do, but
right.
That's the destiny, is a happy home for all, happy nation, happy world, happy home. It all starts with
wow. Yep.
4 ones with yourself.
It all starts with yourself. You have to build that stable foundation.
Yes.
The pillars. What are the 4 most important things in your life? Name them. And then really figure it out there, because if you can't name 4 things that you're grateful for, you love about yourself, there's more work to be done.
Brings you joy.
Yeah, it brings you joy, brings you passion, it brings you healing. It brings everyone healing.
It's time to get excited about yourself. yourself and your own gifts and your own
I love
talents.
how there's a full moon right here.
And how
it's illuminating that for you, okay? Whether that's a good or bad thing, so really look at it.
Yes, the full moon is illuminating what brings you joy. And whatever that means for you, you should not feel guilty about. But use for the betterment of humanity, not for your own selfish gains.
Alright, I think I'm going to go into the quick channeled messages so we can dive into tarot. I'm just going to hold them up for you so you can see
that she wrote them.
There we go. So I got a couple numbers, 818, 1212, and 555 still. So some of you are kind of still in that middle journey where you kind of feel...
You're looking for success. You're looking for love.
Like you have what you need, but you don't have the step to take it. It's almost like it feels more of like an inner conflict, a self-esteem issue.
Stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. I got 8 of Swords and Judgment for that. So 8 of Swords, you know, if it comes up, I'll explain it, but it's more of feeling stuck, feeling like you can't see where you're supposed to be going, but the judgment of this is within you. You're judging your own self, which is why you won't take the step forward. That's ultimately what I'm getting.
It's not living true. It's not being authentic because you're afraid to live authentic because you're afraid of judgment.
And Leo will highlight that for you. Your authenticity, your individuality.
This is you. This is who you are. Just love yourself and embrace it and be happy that you have these gifts, no matter what they are, you know? Embrace all the good and negative qualities about yourself.
I think that's where the 555 comes in, because this is where the conflict is. The conflict of this change. And that's what 555 means. Change and conflict. Conflict with change. So, you know, some of you are still going through that. Others of you, you've been having more lighthearted energy, more lighthearted conversations, especially these conversations have been leaving, like,
straining you.
Experiencing, well, they're making you humble in a way, these lighthearted conversations that you've been having, some of you that have been running into, but it's making you look at the accountability you have to take within yourself. That's what I got, ultimately. So even though these are pleasant conversations in a way, you're reflecting them as not so, because it's almost like a trigger when someone reflects something out of you that you weren't aware of. And that can be pretty abrasive. That can be abrasive and hard to look at. And I think the biggest thing here is they said, in quotes, I got, the waves will come and go, but will always kiss the land. So in that sense, I feel there's always going to be some ups and downs here. There's always going to be that times where you might struggle to see yourself and your potential that everyone else sees in you. And I think Spirit is just calling you for that deep inner emotional healing here. Because, you know, when you think of water, that's emotions. They're fluid, right? They go up, they go down. And the land is that stable, earthy, grounding foundation. So no matter what, you can always come back to that balance there to bring you back into, like, present, you know?
Waves on the recording right now.
Yeah, that's funny. Waves on the, yeah, there is. And I didn't hear that this whole time besides right now. So, just if you can remember that no matter, if you feel low right now, there's a high coming in.
There's low tides and high tides to the sea. The moon,
and it's emotional. That's all emotions, right?
Yep. Observe your emotions. Don't let them control you. Just observe that they're there. Think how you would have these emotions anyways, but see if they're connected to a past event.
Yeah. Or the present, which is why you need to go back and kiss the land.
Yeah. Do they make you think of something that happened to you or something that you want to happen for yourself? Or can these emotions just come and go without you overthinking them?
Yeah, maybe you thought you were over something and it popped up back into it. That could, honestly, there's two ways to see that. It could be, this is the lesson that you now need to apply and follow through with it, or it's being highlighted for you to look back and reflect on, because there's more to dig deep there. There's something you're missing. You're not seeing the bigger picture. You're only seeing the smaller one, which is, oh, this feeling again. Like, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. I got talk to the hand. And I got talk to the hand like this because the heart doesn't want to hear it. So you're really
vulnerable.
Yeah, you're vulnerable. This hits you right here. This is something that you are passionate about. And I feel as if it, even you judge yourself about this, so you think everybody else is going to.
Right.
I think that's the biggest thing.
The thing you might be judging yourself for, people might be thinking that's what makes you.
Yeah. What if they love that about you? Yeah. You haven't tried, or even if you have, you haven't met your people. Right?
Because whatever people are judging you for, if you think someone hates you or hates something about you, it's just a reflection of their own self-hatred in themselves. So.
And all of that is my reaction, somebody else's reaction towards you is an awareness in them too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if you can think of it that way, where it's just this big cycle.
Because everyone's insecurities are highlighted right now. So if someone's triggering you, it's because their insecurities are being highlighted right now. And then your insecurities are being highlighted right now. Everyone's insecurities are being highlighted right now. So if you're getting into these conversations, just realize that that's the energy going on. Don't take it personally, and just realize that's the thing maybe you have to work on them, they have to work on. Yeah. But, don't point out their weaknesses and make them feel guilty for it. Just support them with your own gifts.
Or pause and reflect. If it gets too overwhelming, you just need to step back. Just step back, pause and reflect. This is when the Time by NF is a song. That's when this channeled in and that is the advice here, is when you feel as if talk to the hand because the heart don't want to hear it. You need to really pause and reflect on that and give yourself the time
and the space
to do this, and the space, big time. If you need personal space, please communicate that.
Yes, let others know that sometimes we just need space. We don't want to talk about this right now because we might be going through some emotional thing that has nothing to do with them, but if we start getting worked up over it because our emotions are, just take some time, let your emotions settle. It doesn't have to happen right now.
You can hash it out to a journal, hash it out in nature, hash it out to a friend, call your mom.
Write a song.
Tell her.
Write poetry. If you're having emotional turmoil, see if you can turn it into creative productivity, and if not, then don't worry about it. That's an idea.
And don't force yourself to. Just force yourself to at least acknowledge it. Okay?
Yeah, acknowledge it. Express it if need be. If you need it to release tension, find a creative, productive way to release the tension instead of a destructive and repressive way.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are going through self-sabotage tendencies of not wanting to go back to those. So just make sure you reflect on those for yourself, really figure out your triggers and do your best to make boundaries that reflect those triggers. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because there's just, it's, here's where you were, here's where you want to be, and here's where you are right now.
When you set boundaries,
there's no more looking back, and there's only looking forward. And when you set those boundaries, it makes it clear that there is no more looking back. Otherwise, the intention's not there. Mm-hmm. It's always just something like, I'd save it for another time. Or time.
Bring it up later. Time the 4D.
You guys need to be gratitude towards temperance right now. Gratitude towards divine timing. And surrender to that if you're having a hard time with your end goal here. Okay? So, I only have 2 more things. Do you have anything to add to that part?
I was, but just jog my memory. What was it? Pause and reflect.
Pause and reflect, yeah.
I was going to say something, but I forget now.
Okay. So if that comes to you, we'll go back.
Yeah.
The only other thing we got here is
boundaries. I remember
the
now.
boundaries.
So boundaries.
Sorry,
so
there's so much talk.
If you do feel like you have to set boundaries now, there's a reason why you need to set boundaries. And people that you need to set boundaries with...
It's because they're trying to make you not emotionally react.
Yes. If you're setting boundaries with the person and they're taking it negatively, well, that's the reason why you have to set boundaries, isn't it? And they might make you feel like the bad guy for it, but you're not a villain because you set boundaries. Boundaries are very important, all right? You cannot be accessible all the time to everybody for every reason. You know?
Yeah, and that really ties in with, so solar plexus is highlighted right now, the chakra.
Trust your gut.
It's really... They showed me eggs cracked into a pan, so you're cracking wide open. They want you to be vulnerable right now because that's the most authentic you can be.
That's how we're gonna heal too. If we can acknowledge our triggers, but not get upset at being triggered, and not be upset at people triggering us.
And then what are we doing? Being our best self, healing, being vulnerable, being authentic.
Yeah. Don't ignore your triggers. Face your triggers.
Yes. They want you to see this in it's not a prey versus predator thing. Because I also got owl as a spirit animal, power animal, sorry. Where it's like, hunting in the darkness, chasing shadows of the past. In that way of hunting your darkness is you're chasing your own shadows of the past, and you want to do this, but it's not prey versus predator. It's perseverance. Mm-hmm. I also, some of you are feeling scrambled. This goes back to the eggs cracked into the pan. So if you're getting overwhelmed with these emotions and it's causing you to overthink and it's scrambling all up in your head, they really just want you to check your ego at the door. Just check that ego at the door. Just be like, I'm not feeding you today.
Yep.
Look in the mirror and be like, no.
Yep. Is it something you can fix right now? If it is, fix it right now. And if it's not, don't fix it right now. And don't worry about it right now. All right, let's pull some cards.
Yeah. Surrender to divine timing, because right now is the best time to do it.
Yeah.
Right now is where you want to be.
Yeah.
And because you want to be forward, you want to move forward with this energy that's coming in. Okay.
It's about the journey. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah. So let's dive in.
First, I'm gonna pull a power animal card.
Yeah, actually.
You can shuffle. You can do whatever.
Yeah, I already shuffled. I shuffled earlier.
I'm gonna ask for one. Give me one.
Go ahead.
Make one jump out. Spirit guides or whatever.
Please let me do it. Okay, let's get some clarity on
A couple jumped out.
These channel messages for the collective. Compassion. Thank you.
Oh, I got turtle again and ladybug.
Interesting.
15 and 30. 15 and 30.
15 and 30. I almost wrote down 15, but 555 was just much more stronger.
Turtle, I can tell you right now, it's about enjoying the journey, slow and steady, right? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
That's funny because slow and steady, it's like the behind the scenes is very slow and steady right now.
Yeah, perseverance, divine
but
timing. It's coming slowly. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look up Ladybug 30.
Anything else for the collective?
Oh, Ladybug's fire. Oh, I'll show you. Oh, Ladybug attributes. Good luck, past lives, spiritual enlightenment, death and rebirth. Okay, so past lives, death and rebirth, right? We're all on this journey together. We've all shared lives together. The journey isn't just this one incarnation, right? That's what we're being asked to realize right now. It's not just about this lifetime. It's about our lifetimes in the betterment of humanity, right? How can this soul in this incarnation right now have a good life and better humanity? And then in the next life, we'll figure it out and blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about earlier. Ladybug appearing in your life heralds a time of luck, when the seeds that you have planted will start to unfurl and you will see the results of your hard work. 7 of Pentacles.
Yep.
Sometimes this good luck comes after a time of darkness. Know that this happened for a reason, and that going forward, joy and happiness will start to push out the darkness. Great full moon Leo card. Thanks, Ladybug.
Makes sense.
So embrace that, Ladybug. Good luck, optimistic energy. realize we're moving into a 5D. We're moving into a 5D reality now, moving out of the 3D and the 4D. Still using the 3D and the 4D. 3D being matter, physical matter, and the 4D being time, so space and time. It's very hard for us to live in the 5D, the realm of the spiritual, because we have such an attachment to physical things, material things, our own ego, personality, and, the physical side of life.
Yep.
What we have to realize is that the physical side of life will always be around us, and to not get too attached to anything because nothing's guaranteed except death, and everyone dies and is reborn. So where we're reborn, when we're reborn, if it's in this world or this dimension or this timeline, it doesn't matter, but enjoy this life, focus on your goals, be more of yourself, because that's what you're supposed to do, is be yourself. That's all you're supposed to do.
Wow. Okay. All right, so the first card that dropped is 5 of Swords. So this goes right back into the 555 that we were talking about. Those inner conflicts right now with your thinking everyone's going to judge you versus you just judging yourself. Prey versus predator. It's not you versus anyone.
Judgment,
It's
get out
not
of this
you.
mindset.
Get out of this mindset. You're, walking away. 5 of Swords is victorious in the end.
Victorious? Yeah.
Yeah. 5 of Swords is victorious in the end, but at what costs? Right? Here, usually it means walking away and getting away with something that you're lacking accountability for, I guess, is the best way, because it's, the swords are your inner struggles. So there's something you may feel guilt or shame about right now that maybe you haven't told anyone. I'm getting a very intuitive feeling about this. And you just decided to walk away from it and wave that white flag and never come back to it. And I think that's circling back around and almost biting you in the ass in your healing journey. The Fool. Yeah.
Getting bitten.
So we have 7 of Cups after that. So you see the the creativity, this is very passionate, very fulfilling, because Cups are emotions. So you have
this creative energy inside of you. We all have these innate talents and gifts to create, right? The full moon in Leo is all about creation. What are we creating? What beauty are we bringing into the world?
Step into your gifts. Stop being afraid of them and show the world them, because it's time.
Yes, we're all going to be leaders one day. We're all going to be a king. We're all going to be equals. So step into that power now and live your authenticity.
Yeah, and
use the full moon energy.
High Priestess in reverse. So it's, logically and practically, it's not gifts. Right? When you get a gift for a practical reason, it could be your birthday or Christmas or, a wedding for logical reasons. And these gifts are in tune to you. Individual.
Yes.
Yours.
These are the gifts that you chose to come down to this earth with. And you have the responsibility to use them, because they're the ones
intuitively you need to. Intuitively, it connects you. Intuitively, it opens you up.
To your higher self.
Intuitively, you need to use it.
Yeah.
Use your intuition to create. Queen of Wands is all about standing in her power, her creative, fiery, passionate power.
Yeah, her sexiness, her femininity, her beauty.
Yes, all of that.
Her bravery, her leadership.
You are art.
Yes, you are a work of art.
You don't have to look the part. You are the art.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? I think that's really important. A bad bitch doesn't need to look like one to be one.
Mm-hmm.
And stop. You guys are, that self-esteem issue coming up. Pour love into yourself. Pour love into yourself here. Oh. We got the star, Aquarius energy. Sun's in Aquarius right now. Mercury's in Aquarius right now. So use you know, your sun is your external, right? Your ego.
Mm-hmm.
And your Mercury is the way you think. So you really need to tune in to yourself, and really see the power you hold, in the passion you hold, in the beauty you have.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me. Coming
Lovers.
Coming back to the lovers, and in this card, right? This guy is the victor after a battle, right? He's picking up the swords of the defeated enemy, is basically what's happening in this card. This could have been a brutal battle, you know, where they just crushed the enemy without mercy and now they're claiming the spoils of war. But life isn't about crushing your enemy, accomplishing your goals as quickly and as fast as possible. It's not about rushing to success. It's about
support, connections.
It's about playing a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Which, life is a beautiful game. And you have to, the full moon is helping us realize that, because Leos love to play. They love to create games.
Even mind games sometimes, but that's fine.
Create a beautiful game for yourself, right? A beautiful life for yourself. You know, live more playfully, without trying to crush all your enemies into the ground.
Yeah, and I mean,
without trying to dominate and subdue your enemies.
When we say, like, love yourself, you know, here's the lover's card. This is Gemini. Gemini, I'm a Gemini myself. We are wishy-washy, okay? We can be very here, very there. And that's important to note when you're trying to love yourself here. And I think that's kind of what they're identifying to me, is you can be your own worst enemy one day, and you can just completely turn that around by, I don't know, just really looking inside of yourself. I guess, like,
don't fake
who
love
cares?
yourself.
Yeah, you know,
don't give yourself fake love.
If positive affirmations don't work for you, then customize them to make them work for you. You know, if you're just going to say this shit and not put anything behind it, you're not doing, like, you know, the Queen of Wands here. You're not actually believing that you can. There's no passion behind it. That's reverse gaslighting yourself, honey.
Yeah, like the reverse high priestess, right?
You know, you're not in tune with who you really are when you do this kind of stuff.
You're too caught up in who you think you should be or who you used to be.
Yes.
And you're not realizing that stuff is just illusions, right? There's no have-tos and should-bes, right? You should only be true to yourself. And, you know, a lot of us are very complex people, and it's hard to figure out who we are and hard to accept ourselves because we have so many conflicting things, personalities within us, so many different things we'd like to do that don't align to current societal standards. But, you know, society's changing. Pluto returns coming up for the U.S. We're moving forward into the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
It's not a time to get hung up on those old ideas of rigid traditions, right? And rigid ways of thinking, because we're moving forward now. We're being our own authentic selves now, no matter what that means. I'm a tarot reader right now. I'm a tarot reader and a psychic right now. That's what I am. That's what I do. And, you know, 5 years from now, I might be something completely different. But, like, as long as I'm staying true to myself, you know, it's not about the end game. It's about the journey, right? So, I'm just rambling, I guess.
No, it's good advice. And I mean, like I said earlier, we don't, you know, we're not really about guidance in this way of giving you guidance and advice and that, where it's just,
yeah, we didn't become tarot readers to tell people what to do.
You know, we're therapists in a different way. You know, we're not telling you what to do. We're not telling you how to be. We're not telling you, you know, the way you are is wrong. And you should be doing this instead. Everyone has their own individual journey, and we really like to highlight that here.
The point is not to try to be perfect. The point is to try to admit that you're not perfect, and you never will be, and to accept it, and know that no one else will ever be perfect. Nothing in your life will be perfect, because perfect is an illusion. But to admit that, just admit it, that you can't be perfect, and that it's okay. Like instead of trying to be the perfect human being or the perfect whatever, just acknowledge your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses. All you can do is try to improve and love yourself the whole time.
Yeah, I feel the biggest message here is accountability in all of these areas. Like, you could be watching this and be like, oh, that's not me, or anything like that. If you truly feel like this doesn't resonate with you, then congratulations, you are the most authentic, highest self that you could be.
You're the perfect human being.
You win this entire full moon and have the best day ever, okay?
Yep.
And, spread some love there to everyone else if you're that high up and think, that highly of yourself. And, this is Leo season, so some of you, Leo season.
It's Aquarius season, it's the full moon in Leo, but, I think...
Individuality matters here, with accountability of why you're different. Mm-hmm. Why things aren't the way why are they so different than how you view them? Take accountability with that. That's interesting. All right, I'm gonna
King of Wands.
Clarify the lovers here just so we can get a little deeper look on that.
King of Wands and Queen of Wands, right? Balance of the masculine and feminine creative energies.
Yep.
Okay. Balance.
Lots of balance, and it's just like where you take that step. Get the idea, receive the idea, open up to taking the one step towards it. Make a very small goal if you can't get yourself to do the full process.
And remember, there's no such thing as perfect balance either. Look what card almost jumped out.
All right, so I'm doing...
So there's no such thing as perfect balance, okay? You're never going to be perfectly balanced, but just admit that it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah, take the accountability that you're not perfect.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, stop trying to get everyone else to be perfect because you're not perfect, Take accountability for what makes you imperfect in your eyes. And, no one's going to be perfect, but you can work on yourself in those ways.
Wow. Yep.
Four of Swords.
So, to clarify the lovers here, I got 8 of Cups and Strength. Here's Leo.
Yep, this painting right here is a Leo painting.
This is the Leo card. This is Gemini. Which I believe, honestly, I know Gemini is an air sign, but I think they're the most fire sign that's not a fire sign for sure. But I really think, so to stop yourself from feeling so overwhelmed and as if, you can't fix this, it's too much, it's over with, it's dead and gone. That's really what I'm getting.
Ooh, 8 of Cups.
And I think this moon is highlighting that it's not. There's accountability to be taken here. And here's the strength. The Leo full moon is sending you strength to go through this right now. To face yourself.
Don't walk away from your emotions. Don't walk away from yourself. Don't walk away from these things that overwhelm you. Just acknowledge them and see if there's any effort you can put into to get a better handle on it.
Yeah. And then I got these cards that dropped out all sideways. So these are all the sideways cards are transformative states, in my opinion. Princess of Swords is the Page of Swords. So we have Page of Swords transition right now, which is, the first couple steps of your inner healing journey. So these,
It's also a very Gemini card. Curious,
yeah. So you're curious of where, get curious, actually, if that helps you.
Oh my God.
Figure this out. Yeah, get curious if it helps you heal.
Yeah. Expand your vision. Broaden your horizons. Look around, keep your head on a swivel. Look for opportunities. Look for anything to help you find more joy. Look for anything to help you be more creative and passionate. No, don't get stuck where you are.
Yeah. This is just the beginning. Ace of Swords. So, this is just the beginning. This is a cycle that you thought you were past. That's kind of why, the Ace of Swords is on the bottom of this transitory state. And then the High Priestess was in the middle. So you're going more towards the intuitive side and receptive, intuitive, receptive sides.
Queen of Swords.
Wow, these are a lot of...
You're getting...
Instead of the practical societal side, you know, like the pressure of, you know, I'm getting stuff that, you know, society in general has just taught you. And it's like, you know, that's what's standing in your way of how it won't work out, why it won't work out, why, you know, you're so scared because you think everybody's going to judge you when, honestly, they're waiting for you to do, like, there's people out there waiting for you. Yeah. They're waiting for your gifts. They're waiting to see what you have to offer because they believe in you and see your potential. Now it's time for you to internalize that.
Yeah, find a direction to go where you can, where your strengths will be supported and welcomed, where you will be recognized and praised for your hard work and your talents and your gifts.
Yep.
You know, seek out that crowd, that outlet.
Yeah.
Or where you can use your gifts more effectively for humanity. If you're getting negative feedback from the people around you for trying to just be your authentic self, you know.
These people aren't meant to be around you. You can't change the people that are around you, but you can change the people that are around you. Yes. Okay?
Yeah.
And if that's what you have to do, if you have to walk away, you'll feel victorious after. So maybe that's why you've been seeing 555.
And if you have to stand up for your beliefs, you know, if you have to stand up for yourself and cause some destruction, you're not the bad guy for you know, for standing up for yourself. You're not the bad guy for standing up for yourself.
So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6. This is about a 6 weeks transition. And that's when you will get your expansion. So expansion was in reverse. This is my Oracle deck. It's also the number 12, and 1212 was a channeled spirit number, angel number. So that is your completion of this expansion when you see 1212. So the expansion here is you looking at yourself, taking accountability, stepping in to who you are, and not being afraid. And their advice here is be gentle with yourself while you do this.
In 2 weeks, we get a new moon in Pisces, and then in another 4 weeks, we get a full moon, and I forget.
So
6 weeks is going to be another full moon.
So we'll, you know, I'm sure that will be highlighted here when we do that video.
In 2 weeks, the new moon's in Pisces, and that is going to be a great new moon for deep reflection. So everything that we've talked about now, in 2 weeks,
reflect,
and you're going to probably be
reflect and
anyways.
Feel victorious. That's when your creative spark is going to come out. That's, you know, and then on the bottom of the deck for the Oracle is vulnerability. So, you know, we talked about this already. So being your vulnerable self is aligning you with people that support you, that love you, that care about you, that will be here for you.
Being vulnerable means you're gonna get triggered, but embrace your triggers and find out why they trigger you.
Yeah, and be gentle with yourself when you do this to lead to your expansion.
All your dreams are coming true. Just takes time. It takes time and effort. Good reading, Lacey. That was a long
reading.
That was a long video. Well, jeez.
I feel like we talked our heads off.
I said we weren't going to get death. It was last card. All right.
Well,
thanks, everybody. Death in reverse, though. You called it.
Well, if it's the last call, death in reverse, and it's in reverse because, you know, it needs to be brought up. It needs to be taken accountability so it can be shed. Shed your skin. Shed these past behaviors. Shed this past self-sabotage.
This rigid, traditional ways of thinking.
Shed that judgmental mindset.
Yep. We're stepping into our new selves, okay?
Yeah, you're expanding.
To expand your consciousness.
I'm going to read this, actually.
Yeah. And
then I think it should be good.
All right, we'll end it on that one.
Yeah, because I want to read this expansion.
Jupiter's expansion. Is Jupiter still in Pisces? I think Jupiter's.
It is.
Yep, Jupiter's still in Pisces, and that is expansive as you can get. This card again.
Okay.
Dreams are coming true.
You are continually moving, evolving, and going through your cycles in your life, which is, you know, the waves, the up and downs. Attune and align yourself with the rhythms of nature around you. So kiss that land, ground it. Okay? This is an exciting time with new beginnings, right? Growth and changes. Okay. There are many settings that will provide for inner development and expansion. Pay attention to everything that is going on around you and the effect it is having on you. Take accountability.
Yes.
Consider environmental issues or use this as an opportunity for new studies. It is a good idea if you're in service and this is like something that you do, help others, help the community, help the world, you know, consider that. It is a good idea to recognize the need for extra rest and personal care while integrating new energies, right? So you are ready for important messages and opportunities.
Because as we expand and shed our skin in old ways, we need to rest and heal.
And reflect.
So that we can
see our progress.
Be reborn and heal and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you can see your progress that way.
It takes time to heal. It takes time to grow. It takes time to...
It's just more tangible, right? It's more tangible. Just as in nature, you too have seasons of growth and maturity. And accountability is the biggest thing that you can incorporate into your life to really emotionally mature where you need to be.
Yeah. Stop running away from your shadow. Stop running away from the things you're afraid to do.
Accept your shadow.
Yep.
Accept it. Work with it. Talk to it. Just don't feed it.
Yeah. Don't feed the negativity. Face the negativity.
Yeah. Okay. I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's good. We have business cards and appointment cards in the works, so we got a whole new layout and all that kind of stuff, so stay tuned for that.
Yes.
That's why we're showing these, because these are no more. We are in our next phase, which is the Page of Swords.
Yeah. If you want to book us for an event,
oh yeah,
we really want to start doing events.
Especially when the nicer weather comes, we just really want to get ourselves out there. So
we want to travel. We want to travel and do tarot.
We want to travel and do tarot. We have a couple places that will be coming up and popping up in. We have Danielson, Connecticut at Moon Magic Cafe by Shay. She is incredible. She's really turned that place into just this immersive experience. So we're going to be doing tarot readings there. Check back in with us on our page. We have a Facebook page right now.
Which I still have no control over. That's.
And we have our YouTube still. So we will be expanding as well. So we're booked for. You can book us together for double trouble reading. You can book us for private parties. You can book us for events. Especially we like to combine clients with clients. You know. So this is our next move, and we wanted to share that with you because we just really want to grant you the confidence that you can do this. You can make it here. It's slow and steady, but it's worth it. Okay? And just all you have to do is be yourself, and you'll align with everything that's meant for you. Okay? Yeah. And just like, how did we get here? We don't know, but here we are.
We trust the universe, we trust ourselves, and we trust each other.
Yeah.
You can depend on other people sometimes. Sometimes people need people. We all need someone, right? We all need people.
all need love.
Right.
We all need change.
It doesn't always have to come from one person.
Growth.
One person doesn't usually fulfill everyone's needs all the time.
We collectively are spreading love to y'all. We're not always all light. We definitely focus more on the darker sides of life. And it's just real, you know? Everyone goes through shit. And we want to be here to help you help yourself through it.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's the biggest message for today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Yeah, check out our Facebook page. If you want to book, you can book right through the Facebook page. You can call as well or email. All right?
All right.
We're Traveling Tarot.
Bye. Thanks for watching this video. I know it's super long. Bye.
Sorry.